slip into something more comfortable. And get your bearings back. Because you're in for the ride of your life. We're kicking back. Taking a knee. And dancing the night away. On life's funniest moments. So watch your back. Heck, watch your front. Because we've got dizzying feats, daring athletes, and playground fun that can't be beat. So get off your high horse and watch some of life's funniest moments. I think we just met 2 minutes ago, but I really think I'm falling for you. Most people go to the beach to have fun, but these people show up to work. What are they working on? We have no idea, but rest assured that work it is. And they're getting a lot of it done. Eventually. Oh, this is great. This is Hector's impersonation of a slinky. He walks downstairs, alone, not in pairs. No slinkety sound, though. Just the gentle thud of a guy losing his dignity. The rodeo bug hit Gino at a young age. That'll happen when you get thrown by a merry-go-round. All you can think of is the challenge of getting back on and staying on. Henrietta was in a big hurry to grow up, but wearing Mommy's skirt let her realize that you should stay a kid as long as you can. Actually, growing up is a lot like this clip. The more you fall down, the more you should just pick yourself up and laugh. Everybody was competing for camera time, one trying to be cooler than the other, but not Ray. Ray knew that sitting still was the key to getting noticed. It gave you a power that trying too hard lacked. Of course, sitting still will still get you noticed, but falling down will get you talked about forever. They're tools for the young and the young at heart. They're toys. Baby Hector thought his brother would be jealous that he had got a horse. But his brother seemed to be handling it quite well, right up until the incident. Until the opening day of mouse season, Mitzi keeps her skills and claws sharp by using a decoy. Only 2 more months and she'll be ready to tackle the real thing. Patience, Mitzi, patience. Miss Bojangles was thrilled that she caught the bouquet when she realized it was a dog who tossed it. She suddenly wasn't all that keen on getting married.
Oh, come on. Can I please see it? I'll be your best friend. Please. Let me see the doll. Please. Please. Pessy baby.
It wasn't that Heimlich was all that attached to the stuffed animal. It's just that he spent $2 at the carnival trying to win it.
Please. Come on.
To a dog, that's a lot of money.
Pessy baby. Please.
Molly had big plans in the living room, but this chair had other ideas. She'll get to the living room eventually. She'll just be a lot colder when she does. Turn off your brains. These next clips are for the easily amused. Tripper failed most every class at obedience school, but he did get an A in ballroom dancing. And while this dancing may not be ballroom, Tripper can adapt. This is a dog with no left paws. In retrospect, rubbing the baby in bacon grease just to get the dog to play with her may not have been the best idea you've ever come up with. Ernie had hoped to take care of this before the humans came outside, but no dice. He just couldn't find his contact lens on his own, and he was too proud to ask for help. Maybe if he laid down, the lens would just stick to him, and he could put it back in at the pasture. Oh well, this was embarrassing, but it doesn't hold a candle to the time Ernie lost his retainer. Everyone at the Wriggle House has chores, and Deeger was no exception. He's in charge of making sure everything is where it belongs, and if there's one thing he knows, it's that the plunger does not belong in the living room. So he does what he does best. He barks, and he will continue to bark until someone puts that plunger back where it belongs. Deeger's in charge of location, not relocation. Coming up, an extra slippery stage and an extra springy spring. When we return with more of life's funniest moments. Welcome back to Life's Funniest Moments. It's a good time for the great taste of fun. But when isn't a good time for fun? It's true. When the bouquet hits the fan, it does not disperse equally. Did anyone notice that Susie grabbed the wrong glasses when she went out? Sure, they're spiffy and cutting edge, but are they corrective? They just cut the glare. Do you think she'd even notice? Yep, she noticed. Before even considering the skating version of a chorus line on Broadway, they decided to test it on the road with previews. Yeah, that won't be making it to the Big Apple. Julie has the world's worst insurance plan. She She stubbed her toe, and all they would authorize is a dog kissing it and making it better. Sure, it worked fine, but how's that going to work when she needs her appendix out? We're going back in time with life's funniest moments rewind. In Kazakhstan, the hayride is not something to be looked forward to. There's very little hay, and even less ride. Plenty of laughs, though. After 50 years of wedded bliss, Mickey and Dolores renewed their wedding vows. But with the way things went on the dance floor, maybe they should skip that carrying her across the threshold thing. Jimmy thought his partner not showing up would be the biggest disaster of the short program. Turns out, Jimmy got off light. Jonathan's first birthday party came in with a bang. Even Shorto the Clown was startled, but not Jonathan. This kid is one cool customer. Oops, well, that party may have come in with a bang, but it's going out with a whimper. Trudy is very light on her feet, but now she's got her feet on the light. That was one smashing performance. It was meant to use on thighs, but Walter liked to call it the Face Master. He should have called it the Face Blaster. Fiona and Pat had begged Father to build a second swing, but Father said the tree wasn't big enough, and having one swing would bring them closer together. Well, closer to the ground, anyway. Coming up, a girl nods off, and a little lady cleans up. When we return with more of life's funniest moments. Welcome back to Life's Funniest Moments. These snacky clips might spoil your dinner, but in a good way. The worst time to be visited by the Sandman is when you're having a sandwich. Just ask Jeanette here. She can't decide between 40 winks or 40 bites. That must be a turkey sandwich. They put everyone to sleep. Any dentist will tell you that falling asleep with a chew toy in your mouth is a good way to rot a canine's canines. Laugh if you want, but there has not been one report of coyotes attacking the fridge since Digby's been on duty. The biggest difference between regular fishing and hamster fishing is the bait you use. The stories about the one that got away are actually exactly the same. Call me Ishmael. Tom thought the traditional gift for the first anniversary was cardboard. Polly was less than pleased. The traditional first anniversary gift is cuddle bone. The key to living a long life, they say, is to always take time for child's play. They call it sledding, but for Nancy, it was just fast falling. Still fun, of course, just more fun for whoever's watching at the time. Let's see that again. Welcome to another episode of Dining Room Dance Party. Today, featured in the Spotlight dance, Gabriel. And for her dance, she has chosen the Swan Dive. Some people slide for fun. Monica slides for distance. That's going to be tough to beat. Statistically, the polka is the safest of all dances. Unless Merrill is your partner. Roll out the bandages. This is it. Katie on the left, Susie on the right. This race could determine the greatest tobogganer in the land. It was Katie. This is a very small land. Someone wants out of the drawer. But watch that first step. It's a doozy. And now someone wants into the drawer. Make up your mind, honey. Plenty of families feel that their floors are clean enough to eat off of. But only the Shaloub family is willing to prove it. Delicious. These clips need no introduction. They're self-sufficient. To all visitors, I am trained to use the toilet, but unable to lift the lid by myself. So please leave the toilet lid up when you are through. Thank you very much. Sure, it's impressive they taught their cat to use the toilet. It's even more impressive that they taught their cat to type. You know that your goat food is stale when the goat prefers the bag it came in. Cellophane. Fred always found it difficult to brush his teeth. It wasn't holding the toothbrush or getting the toothpaste out of the tube. Nope, the thing that Fred found the most difficult was finding a tooth to brush. Coming up, a four-wheeler goes no-wheeling. When we return with more of life's funniest moments. Welcome back to Life's Funniest Moments. It's called Knock 'em Downhill. And it doesn't matter if you have 2 wheels or 4, you're getting knocked down.
Jesus.
You know what we really need is someone to try this hill with a unicycle, or maybe an 18-wheeler. But until then, those that climb up will be knocked down. See you next time.